still,
Hey everybody.
I got it.
Welcome to our lives. We're doing some stretching and calm breathing today. If you've been keeping up with the workouts every day, you're probably a little sore. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
We're gonna lay on our backs.
I just want to stay here.
Palms up, legs spread out, just out in front. And just relax, full comfort. Don't touch me.
Hold my hand. I love you.
I love you too. Close your eyes and breathe in for 10 seconds and out 10 seconds. Don't just think about your breathing, think about how your body's feeling. Think about gravity pulling down on your heels, on your spine, on your elbows, on your fists, on the back of your head. Think about the positioning of your neck and how it affects your trachea and your breathing. Think about your rib cage expanding as you breathe in. Think about where your spine feels tension right now, if it's good or bad, or if it's just okay.
It's in my lower back, because my back is hard when I lay down.
As is mine, that's natural. Now we're going to bring our feet up, and we're going to do a 5-second inhale as we bring our knees down to one side. If you pop your back a little bit, that is great, isn't it? And exhale as you come up. Knees and feet glued together.
Move down the way. I'm not breathing.
Now we're going to place one foot just outside the plane of your hips. And you're going to push with your heel and drop one leg to the ground. And keep the other knee up, push the hip out. Raise the glute in the back all the way up to the shoulder blades. And now we're going to switch. Heel outside the plane of the hip. Push up. Raise your spine off the floor. Feel your glutes and hamstring flexing to push that up. Feel your hip opening as your femur and your spine, or your femur and your hip, just pull apart. And switch sides. And switch. If you feel tightness in your lower back, just flex your glute and most of that will go away.
Like your hip comes so much higher off the ground than mine.
My knees also pointed more up.
And my hip goes back.
Flex your booty.
I can't get off the ground.
And relax. Pull your knees in, raise your spine off the floor. Your lower back, your tailbone should come up. And we're going to breathe in 15 seconds and out for 15 seconds. Observe how your body feels. Adjust your neck positioning if you need to.
I'm trying to just figure out how to take in air for 15 seconds without just being like.
Alright, now we're going to roll over. And gonna need a little more space. Spread your arms out. And what you're going to do is bring your foot just over the knee. Your foot just over the knee. Take your hand, put it next to your chest, the same arm as leg that goes over. And you're going to twist over your shoulder while your arm is outstretched. Feel that right in your shoulder and in your chest. Adjust your hand if you need to for stretching different areas. And we're going to switch. How do you feel?
My butt's sore from the pistol squats. How are you feeling?
My shoulders are sore from making that video. And lay flat. This time palm up in the air. And we're going to repeat that stretch.
My shoulder popped.
Good, good. Yes. Your foot is on my butt.
Where else to put it?
Well, if I could have anyone's foot on my butt, it would probably be yours.
Well, thank you. The nicest thing anyone's ever done said to me.
And switch.
Besides, will you marry me?
Huh? You can twist so much further than me.
No, no, I can do a lot.
Hmm. And let's continue that shoulder stretch. First, we're going to do kind of a down dog.
Child's pose.
Well, this yeah, it's child's pose, but with focus on opening up the shoulder, the rotator cuff.
Okay.
So driving your chest into the mat. Alright. And grab a stick. I got a stick for you over here.
Thank you.
You get the shorter one because your shoulders are more flexible.
What does that mean?
So, I'm gonna go over the exercise here before we start it. Gonna lay flat. Chin on the mat. And you're going to hold the bar overhead and bring it around behind you.
Oh, we're gonna smack sticks, aren't we?
We're gonna do this 8 times. Yeah, we're calling this smack sticks.
A little. We'll
Try to keep your hands tightly wrapped around it. This is the best way to maintain your posture while doing the shoulder dislocate. Ah.
wait.
Try to keep your toes, hips, and chest on the floor. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. How many times are we doing it?
8.
Oh, okay. I was not counting. I think
Me
this is,
neither.
I think this is 4 for me. Or 5. We'll do one more.
Good work. Here, let's put these back up here and out of the way. And we're just gonna sit on our feet, top of the foot flat on the floor, and we'll drop our hips side to side. You can add to this by reaching over with the same arm as the hip you're dropping.
Make sure you're reaching up and through those fingertips so you get a good stretch on this
Mhm.
side.
This is really good for the oblique. All the obliques. move on to a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to kneel in a lunging position and scoot your foot and your knee back as far as possible.
Oh no, I can feel it. It's gonna hurt.
And then take your hips and push them forwards.
Ooh, I needed this stretch so bad. Who knew?
See how she's pointing up in the air to further open up the hip flexor? And you're going to shift back and lean forwards. Stretch out that hamstring. You can scoop your heel forwards for a deeper stretch. If this bothers your knee, just put some cushion underneath it.
That's why my mat
Yeah.
squishy like man this one.
Grab a couch cushion or something and place it under your knee. I hope everyone can hear me. And back to a hip flexor stretch. Actually, let's switch sides and we'll just come back and revisit the other side after.
Okay.
So, knee and foot back as far as they'll go. And push those hips forward. Raise your chest. Raise one or both arms. And look up. Alright. And shift your weight back. And lean over that lead leg. And we are going to switch legs and redo that hip flexor and hamstring stretch. Scoot the knee back, hips forwards.
Lost the balance for a minute.
And now return and scoot your hips back and lean forwards. Hopefully you can stretch further this time.
My forehead's almost to my knee. So close.
And switch. Make sure you're using your breathing through all of these. And now to that nice hamstring stretch. If you touch the underside of it, you can feel the tension.
I can't. Only because I feel like I'll fall over. I need my hands for balance.
And let's have a seat. Next, we're going to cross our foot over the knee. Take your opposite elbow as knee, place it over the leg, and twist. Try to look at something behind you. And switch. Leg over the knee and twist towards the leg. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, crossing the foot over the knee, but instead we're going to pull the knee towards the hip and then take this knee and pull it over to the opposite shoulder.
Good stretch in that butt.
Mm-hmm.
What is that muscle called that we're stretching?
The gluteus minimus, right around here.
It's the little one. So it's minimus.
Yeah, it's in the back above the big meaty part. Your twerking muscle.
That's the scientific term for it. Twerking muscles.
Yeah, it's in all the fitness books.
That's how that works. I learned about that in college.
Switch. Knee towards the opposite shoulder.
I really feel this one.
All right. Now we are going to place your ankle just above the knee.
Oh wow.
And we're going to lay back. Hand behind the foot. And the other hand, take it through the gap. Grab around the knee. If you can't reach in the gap, reach over on top of the knee. And you're just going to pull in and push with your leg. If you're doing this with your knee coming in before your foot, then just focus on pulling the foot and pushing with your leg. You can even push here with your hand to make sure it doesn't come in before your foot does. And we'll just chill here, in discomfort. And switch. Hand behind the foot, other hand through the gap, or above the knee, and pull. And relax. Now we're simply going to come up and reach for our toes. Curve your spine. Curve your spine. Reach forward as far as you can. This is great on the thoracic spine as well as the lower back. Alright, keep your heels in one spot. Here, sit up, keep your heels in one spot. Scoot your booty up to your heels. And we're going to slowly roll back. And arms out. Bring your feet overhead as far as they'll go. Try to touch the ground.
What? Do you move your arms? Oh no, I can't move my arms. They're all over.
Try to find your balance point and your control point and come back as slowly as possible.
Nope. Let me try again.
And feet back on the floor. All right, and legs up. And tilt those toes, come up vertebrae by vertebrae.
What? How are you doing with this? You're doing that with just your spine? I have to
Yeah.
use my arms to get up.
You can do it with just your spine if you put your arms out
It's like,
overhead.
I'm coming for you. Hold on.
Look, I'm just reaching like this. I'm just laying my arms down.
I know, but I can't. I don't know if I have the strength in my core to do that without touching it. Without
Takes a little practice.
this is the farthest I can go on my own.
And let's roll over. And we're going to stretch out a little bit. Well, we've been stretching out, but we're going to stretch out a little more. And you're going to pull your chest forwards. Look forwards as well. Alright, and now we're going to raise the hips, place the knees on the floor. Raise those hips.
Yeah, nice.
And now shift your weight back. Come up on your feet. And we're going to do down dog. Make sure you're looking forwards. And curve the spine. And back to down dog. And come up and curve the spine. And into a sun salutation.
Isn't this Cobra?
It is also that. Let those hips open. And child's pose. We are going to wrap it up with one more stretch. Here, Sarah. Come and turn perpendicular to your mat. Place your elbows at the edge, knees on the other edge, and spread those knees out as far as they'll go. Now that you're down here, take your hips and shift them back. Make sure you're breathing. And shift back forwards, millimeter out, inch out to get even deeper, and then push your body back into it. All right, come up, take a break, sit on your feet.
Well, it hurts a little bit.
We're gonna change this one up a little bit. How you feeling?
I'm a little swaggered now.
All right. So we're gonna take that position again, and this time you're going, well, start up here, Place one foot out.
No.
And place those elbows down. And shift your hips back and forward while inching out.
Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? I'm flexible, but I don't know if I can get that low.
You got lower than me.
I'm scared. I don't like it.
All right, and we're gonna switch sides
Okay.
after a little break.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Ooh,
I did say little break.
I know. I'm just, for some reason, this scares me. Anything close to middle split scares me. I can do my side splits, and anything that's like mimicking the middle split, I'm like, oh no, for some reason. But I want to get it. So this is a good way to kind of ease into it. It's just scary. I don't even know if I'm doing it. Am I doing it? I'm
Yeah.
really close to the ground and I'm scared.
You're doing great.
Whew. Oh.
All right, that concludes today's stretching. Shake it out, get some good food, drink plenty of water, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait,